it really could be that if you fail in this regard, your children will not believe because of it. And in fact, we could even say further, when you sin, your sins actually affect the people you love the most, the most. The greatest effect will be on those that you love the most. And if you think about from the other direction, why should you live a godly life? Why should you obey the commandments of God? Why should you pursue godliness and holiness? Why should you bring up your children in the nurture and admonition of the Lord? Because it will affect them. It really could be that if you fail in this regard, your children will not believe because of it. And it could also be that if you do it well, your children will believe because of it. Every Christian parent wants their children to grow up loving God and prioritizing above everything else the worship of God. You think of, you just think of this. Do you want, if you ask a Christian, do you want your child to love God and to really worship the Lord and to really give himself to that, to be a godly person? Every Christian is going to say yes. Now, if you miss church for a certain reason, you miss church for a particular reason, whatever reason it is, your children will learn from you in your actions, this is an okay reason for which to miss church. And if that reason is not that good, then your children will learn from you that there is, we don't actually have to prioritize the worship of God any higher than this amount. And the thing you will be passing along to your children is a disposition of not taking the worship of God very seriously. On the other hand, if you never miss church, if you are always at the worship of God, if you prioritize above everything else in this life, and you then tell your children, look at the glory of God, you have taught by your actions in the most powerful way possible that the worship of God is actually that important. It really is that important. And we really ought to give our lives to the worship of God. It really ought to be the highest priority. And it will very often be the case that children who have that example, who grow up in that context, will naturally see, yes, the worship of God is the highest of all priorities, and I am never to miss it.